Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, for the initial testing and everything else. Okay, all right, okay. They said it's, straight up.
Rephrase that. Thank you.
Yeah. There's not a chance. Residents' houses, people can sit in their backyard.
Fair warning.
Thank you. You may be seated. Thank you, Metawa Drum Group. Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's badge ceremony. My name is Constable Mason Morso, and I will be the MC for today's ceremony. Before we begin, I'd like to thank everybody joining us by live stream, and a huge thank you to our IT department, Min and Dante and Ian, for making this possible. We'd like to acknowledge that the city of Thunder Bay has been built on the traditional land of the Nishnawbe people of Fort William First Nation, original signatories to the Robinson Superior Treaty of 1850. We recognize the significant contributions of the First Nations, Inuit and Métis people to our heritage, social culture, and spiritual economic wealth, and are committed to advancing economic reconciliation under the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's Call to Action number 92. We're pleased to have Elder Lucy Longpeter here today to so graciously join us for today's ceremony. Lucy Longpeter was born in Moose Factory, Ontario, and raised by her grandparents originally from the James Bay coastal community of Attawapiskat First Nation. When it came time to her begin school, the family settled in the small northeastern town of Cochrane, Ontario. At that time, Lucy only spoke Cree, her first language, and had to learn English as a part of her early education. She completed her public and high school education in Cochrane before attending Northern College in South Porcupine, where she earned a certificate in the Registered Nursing Assistant program. Following graduation, she returned home to work at the local hospital. Lucy's career path took a different direction when she began working for Grand Council Treaty 9, as it was known in the early 1970s, in Timmins. It was there that she met her husband and started a family. Today, her children are grown, and she is a proud grandmother to 2 grandsons who are the joys of her life. After raising her children and embarking on a journey of self-discovery, Lucy sought holistic healing. This period marked a turning point in her life as she embraced her culture more deeply and became actively involved in traditional ceremonies. She is proud to be a 4-year sun dancer, a pipe carrier, and a hand drummer/singer. Currently, Lucy works with NAN Legal Services and is preparing for her retirement in June. She also serves on the NAN Elder Council and contributes to the Thunder Bay Friendship Center's Indigenous Peoples Court. Looking ahead, Lucy is excited to spend more time with her family, especially her grandchildren, and to continue engaging in cultural practices and activities that are close to her heart. She holds deep admiration for her late grandparents who, despite speaking very little English, found meaningful employment and worked until retirement. Her grandfather with the Ontario Northland Railway and her grandmother with the Lady Minto Hospital. They remain her greatest role models. I'd ask Lucy Longpeter to begin the ceremony with an opening prayer and ask that everybody who is able to stand. Oh, never mind. Lucy would like everybody to sit. Oh.
I'm just going to light a light smudge. I want to smudge my tobacco. No, I'm all right.
Yeah, okay.
During prayer for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Good morning. Wajé. Bonjour. I'm a bit nervous this morning. I've been the last couple of days. I was trying to come up with an opening teaching, and I had a few. And I even had one of my coworkers asked her for her input to see if this sounded okay to her, and she said, yes, it's really good. And then she started adding all kinds of stuff in there, and I said, no, it's not going to work. So I kind of put it off, and I said, well, whatever happens this morning will happen. So it was, then I decided to do a bit of a teaching, and it has to do with our life path, and it has to do with the feather. Growing up with grandparents, they talked quite a bit amongst themselves, sharing stories, and one of the things that I recall them talking about was that Creator, Shemanto, he already has our life path set out when we come into this world. And they would talk about, at the time we didn't have, they didn't have a feather. They just talked about the life cycle. And as we started to learn our culture, our traditions, our ceremonies, and the teachings from other nations, we learned other teachings, same concept, but different ways of teaching whatever it was that we were being taught. So the thing that eventually was used was the eagle feather. And the eagle feather is very sacred. The eagle is very sacred to us, but out of that comes the life path teachings. And I thought this would be good for our new inductees into them becoming officers of Nishnawbe Aski Police Services, and because you are embarking on a new journey. So when we see the eagle feather, you notice we have the fluff down here. The center, they call it calamus, but in our traditionally teachings, we call it the road or journey. It's our road our path that we follow, and the barbs here are many, left and right, good and bad, positive, negative, and sometimes we fall off the straight and narrow end, but we come back on the right path, and eventually we find our place in society. So I wanted to say to the new officers, you're embarking on a new journey. You chose this field for whatever reason within yourself, and you're going into a territory that may be kind of alien to you. You're going into the Nishnawbe Aski Nation territory, Treaty 9 territory, and you're going to meet a lot of people in these communities, different people, different ways of life, different cultures. We don't all follow the same culture or ceremonies because it's such a vast territory. So we do things a little bit different from the east, the central, and the north, but it's all based on the same concept of our life cycle. So I wish you, I congratulate you on this new journey, and when you come into our territory, I hope that you come in to meet these people, and you meet them with kindness, and to develop the trust you need to do your job, and to remember also the hardships that the Treaty 9 people went through. I'm not going to go into the whole thing, but we all know what I'm talking about. And to remember also that trauma is still ongoing, and it will continue to go, and we have a lot of work to do ahead of us. So that is why I'm asking to tell you, please treat my people with kindness and with good words and good thoughts. That may not happen all the time, but go back and say, hey, what am I doing? So on that note, I wish you well. I wish you much learning experience, and I wish you even you'll have funny moments. Native people, we're very funny and comical, and we have a lot of what do you call it? Yeah, we're very comic. We have a lot of humor. That's what I'm trying to say. And sometimes if people humor you too much, that means they like you. So remember that. So on that note, I'm going to start off with a prayer. And again, I wish you well. Miigwech. So I'm going to pray, and I'm going to pray in my own language, which is Cree. And if you want to pray within yourselves, however you pray, that is fine. That's all right. And so on this time, I would wish the men to take off their hats, and we don't have to stand. I've learned that, sometimes we stand when we have prayers, and, doing research on the history of our people, and I see pictures, of Waishkach long time ago, and my people didn't have chairs before. They sat on the ground on blankets for ceremonies. So I kind of want to stop thinking the colonial way, and just to sit comfortably, and listen to the prayer and pray in your own way. Miigwech. How geshemen do muska juna begas condition has and the moundo dem. Gestaminguesh geshemen do oma Oshkikisha Gaumina Gamini Ayak. Nestamaga Gestaminguesh the Don, Bematason, Gamini Ayakanust. Jette Yao, Totamachanish, Chikastenda, Wahanashka Gisha, Koyes Totamach. The Spenamon Kashemanto, Chinaga Chea, with the Gamama, the Ahanoshka Gishagak. Ebechi Yao, Ebechi, Dotiahot, Okuna Beok, Kokapuesok. Oshkoga puesok jabatisajik Idinoski hutaga Gartajik Nishnawbe Aski Aski Gadono Shemando. Dispenwan goyes jabatisajik goyes tutahik wijhajik wigagwe goyes tutahik abatisajik Idinoski hidotajik Shemando. Kitamagan Magnesta, Kitamagan Magnesta. Ekatashane, Mashkan wanted the Nessa Tamokashamanto, Ekoshaman, the Speneman, Chicken Tamagan, and chicken, and the Mashkoch Chig. Nagachanan Maso, the Gamam Hertia Hashamanto, Nagachagan again, Masoega, Gibeji, Tejaquanos, Chepeji, Ebeji, Ebeji, Dotejik, or Sabago Mashko, Chonabe, Mo, Sabgo Shimo. But to congratulate them, Gadono. How Shamato Kistamingwash the Dono Mangato Jagadik, Stand Agonesta to honor Anege Oko Ushkoka Pueso Shamanto. Miigwech. Thank you and have a good day.
Thank you, Elder Lucy Longpeter, for the prayer. Welcome again to the NAPS Badge and Warrant Card ceremony to witness our newest members receiving their badge and warrant cards. And again, hello to everybody joining us by live stream. Firstly, I'd like to acknowledge our special guests, Grand Chief Alvin Fielder, Deputy Grand Chief Mike Meditawabin, NAPS Command Staff, Chief Terry Armstrong, Deputy Chief Brad Deuce, Superintendent Chris Lawrence, Detective Inspector John Haley, and Inspector Cece, who are in attendance. On behalf of the entire service, we welcome the delegation from Manitoba, Kiwetinawi, Okamakinak. If we could applause for them being here. Thank you for joining us. And who are in attendance, Councillor Miles Spence from God's Lake Narrows First Nation on behalf of Chief Gilbert Andrews. Councillor Mary Lou Okamau, Manto Sipi Cree Nation, God's River, on behalf of Chief Michael Yellowback. Councillor Connie Constant of Matthias Colombe Cree Nation on behalf of Chief Gordy Bear, Nigel Satie, MKO Facilities Assessment, and Michael Anderson, MKO Advisor on policing, and public safety. So welcome again. Welcome for coming. We're honored here today to have the Grand Chief of NAN make an opening address, Grand Chief Alvin Fiddler. Alvin was a member of Muskrat Dam First Nation, previously served as a NAN Grand Chief for 2 terms from 2015 to 2021, after several terms as the Deputy Grand Chief. He was acclaimed Grand Chief during the Kiwewin Conference on August 16, 2023. Alvin currently resides in Thunder Bay with his wife Tessa and his 2 children. Grand Chief, if you're able to come up, make a few words. Thank you, sir.
Did you switch up?
Switch up the, yes. Yeah, so his is going to be.
So I'm not Chief Armstrong.
No. His is
Okay.
after yours.
Oh,
yeah.
perfect.
Yes,
Yeah,
you're
you
good.
guys- Yeah. Yep, and also a Packers fan. That's part of my bio. Miigwech Lucy. Agam siya binigay kinamagin. It was good to have you open the ceremony for us. I also just want to acknowledge the Matawa Drum Group. I think one of them worked all night and just came here. So I want to say Miigwech. Try not to fall asleep. I think you have one more song to do at the closing. So Miigwech for being here. I also just want to acknowledge our Eagle staff and all the flags that are behind me. And acknowledge our special guests, our relatives from Manitoba. Miigwech for visiting with us. I understand you went up to some of our communities yesterday, and hopefully you didn't get, what do you call that, motion sickness on being in a little plane. I'll be on one of those planes tomorrow. And to the family, guests that are here with us, thank you for being part of this very important ceremony. I also want to acknowledge Chief Armstrong and Deputy Deuce and our board members, Russell Kakabidam, our Deputy Grand Chief Mike Patadawab, and everyone that's here, and most especially our new recruits. Congratulations on being here today. So I'm the Grand Chief of the Nishnawbe Aski Nation. It's a pretty vast territory. 49 First Nation communities right across the northeastern Ontario and northwestern Ontario. And what I just want to briefly share with these young graduates that are sitting here, I know you will be assigned to one or more of our communities as you begin your career with NAPS. That you will see hardship. You will see some very difficult things, because like so many communities across the country, we are going through a very difficult time with addictions, with alcohol abuse, mental health crisis, young people taking their own lives. And so I want you, as best as you can, to try to prepare yourself as you begin your work here with us. But I also want to tell you that you will see some good things as well. And Lucy talked a little bit about that. That our land is still pristine and beautiful. Our people are beautiful and strong. And you will, and I encourage you to interact with our young people when you get to the community that you will be assigned to. Because despite all the hardships that they see and witness almost every day that they still have hope. Well, that they still want to see a better life for themselves and for their communities. And as a police officer in that community, you will have a role in helping, especially the children and the youth. And whether it's in Webequie or Fort Albany, that especially the kids will look up to you. And so I encourage you to set a good example, to be there for them, whether it's visiting with them at the school or maybe at the youth center, even outside of your work hours, to try your very best to become part of that community. And they will accept you for it. You know, you will have people invite you to their house for a feast or dinner, or maybe a young man will ask you to go fishing with him in the evenings. That's who we are. You know, that despite all we go through, despite the many losses that we experience, that we are a kind and accepting people, and that's what you will see. So try to keep that balance in your work and your life. And again, just on behalf of the non-executive, all our chiefs, all our citizens of Dan, I congratulate you and I thank you for joining NAPS. And I told the last class this when we had the ceremony, that you are also a part of history, because NAPS is the only Indigenous police service in the country that is now designated as an essential service. And we worked hard to get to where we are today, because we knew that before we were able to achieve this designation, that NAPS was underfunded, understaffed. And we recognized the gaps that were there. And we want to make sure that all our police officers have what they need to do their job well and to be safe. That they should not work alone. They should always have someone to call on if they need help. That they should have a vehicle that works, preferably, and we will make sure that it works. And the radio, a communication system that you can call for help. And a detachment that is safe, not only for you, but for our citizens of Dan. And that is the work that we are doing right now. And so you will be a part of that transition that we are going through right now. And it's exciting. And I know that when you get to that community, wherever it is, that you may feel a bit apprehensive, maybe a bit nervous, but once you start talking to the leadership in our communities and our people, that you will feel a bit of that acceptance. And so, as I would say in my language, Mando Jiwi Korenamagwek, Jiwi Shorenamagwek, that our Creator will keep you safe. And to the family members that are here, the parents, the siblings, I want to just give you that assurance that we will do our absolute best to ensure their safety and their well-being, especially their mental well-being as well. That's also important. So Chimiigwech for inviting me, and I just want to wish you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Grand Chief. NAPS is pleased to have Deputy Grand Chief Mike Metatwaban to make an address on behalf of the Police Service Board. He is an ex officio board member and formerly the board chair. Mike Metatwaban is a member of the Fort Abilene First Nation Treaty 9 territory. He is a survivor of the notorious St. Anne's Indian Residential School, which was located in his home community. Over the past 2 decades, he has taken on various leadership roles, including Chief of Fort Abilene First Nation in 1999 to 2006, and Deputy Grand Chief at Nishnawbe Aski Nation from 2009 to 2012. He has also served with many Indigenous organizations, including 5 Nations Energy, Wawate Native Communications Society, Nishnawbe Aski Police Service, and the Aboriginal People's Television Network. Mike has established solid relationships with the government agencies ranging from the local to national level in his roles as president, chairperson, and board member of numerous regional organizations. He is a longtime advocate for the community issues, or for community issues, including addiction, homelessness, housing, and child welfare. He was the lead commissioner of the Mushkegowuk People's Injury on Suicide from 2015 to 2016, and has been a powerful advocate for Mushkegowuk communities struggling with the opioid addiction crisis. Mike's dedication to his community and efforts to address the dark legacies of Canada's colonial heritage have shaped his career as a respected leader and advocate for truth and reconciliation. He resides in Timmins with his wife, Ava. They are the proud parents of their 4 children and 8 grandchildren. If the Deputy Grand Chief could come up and say a speech. Thank you.
Ache, Ache, good morning. To everyone, I guess so many people here. To the parents and to our visitors from Manitoba, amigos, thank you for being with us. To the parents, for joining us in welcoming our new recruits. As the Grand Chief said, we will do our utmost best to ensure their safety and well-being as they work in our communities, the remote communities of our territory. To the new recruits, welcome. Thank you. Thank you for making the commitment to be with us, to start you on your journey, A new trail is in front of you. And I hope you will carry it with you throughout your lifespan. As a country, we need it. As a country, we need that. As the Grand Chief stated, we are going through so many challenges, so many issues. And a lot of it is not very positive, or a lot of it is very hard to swallow, hard to understand. Normally when I speak, I try to provide an education as well. But I'm also being mindful. Our delegation too, they know all too well what those challenges are, or what the story is. But also at the same time, you as parents, you're probably wondering, where are they going? Where the heck are they going? Why is this starting to sound so scary? Well, it isn't scary. It's reality. For us, it's reality. It's a thing that we live with every day. And this is why I say that it's for the benefit of our country as a whole. We need each other. We need to learn from each other. We need to understand each other. We need to understand what those challenges are. Why are those communities in the conditions they are? And that's where we need you to understand and realize you can make change too. You can make it better. Normally I use the words disempowered, disowned, and dispossessed. That's the status of our people, our First Nations people. We were dispossessed of the lands, disowned of the lands, and disempowered from the lands. And I hope you can make it as an exercise to learn what those mean, what that means and where that puts people. Basically what it means is there's no opportunity. There's no privilege. And more or less, when you talk about homelessness, technically it puts us in a homeless situation when people fail to understand and appreciate the history, the colonial history. So those are the things that you will be policing, those are the things that you will be confronting. And I hope you will make time to learn, make time to make friends, make time to engage with the community, engage with the council, the leadership, and the frontline workers. You will be stepping into I guess pretty much the front line work of each community. And it's not pretty, it's not nice. I mean, it's just filled with challenges. And it's mostly with the addictions. The addictions today is the biggest challenge we have today. It's taken a toll on our families, our young people. More so our young people, our young children. Losing their families, losing their parents, losing their homes. So that's the kind of stuff, that's the kind of reality. And like the Grand Chief said, I hope prepare yourselves, stay in touch with your families. The schedule is not too bad now. The schedule is a lot better than I think what most people will remember, like these guys here. They tell stories of sleeping on the floor or sharing a bunkhouse. So many stories. We could spend an hour entertaining you with all their stories. But that was back. Our growing pains has been going on 30 years now. 1994 is when this journey started. Now we're in 2025, and this is my first time speaking in this new facility. That's how far we've come. This is our new headquarters. I think we occupy pretty much 70% of the building, and we hope to take over the whole building eventually. From what I've seen, what I've learned, what I've walked as a former chair of this police service, that's a big achievement. From what I've seen, what I've watched, what I've heard, and what we've seen of our constables who have come and left, we've come a long way. We're now working under a legislation. That's another thing. Working under legislation. You don't know what that means for us. You don't know what it means to be a funded program on an annual basis and never knowing if you're going to be funded the following year. Now we don't have to worry about that. We don't need to worry about those things. Because under legislation, we are now officially recognized as a police service right across the country. And our delegates here across the country, everybody's looking at NAPS. Everybody's looking at Nishnawbe Aski Police Services to see how they can achieve what we've achieved. It wasn't easy, but it's fostering good relations with government, building good relations with government, coming to an understanding. And I hope other governments across the country will be able to do the same. Maybe they should endeavor to come and witness some of this badge ceremony that we have. That way you're fostering good relations. That way you're fostering an understanding. So there's a lot of work. Like Grand Chief said again, I think he said there's a lot of work that needs to be done, a lot of work ahead of us. And so far it's going good. It's going well. We have another beautiful day before us. And we're very thankful, very grateful for you being here. Want to acknowledge our chief and deputy chief for their commitment, dedication. I want to acknowledge our elder who provided the teachings and the prayer. It's a breath of fresh air when we have an elder who has walked both worlds and understands both worlds and be able to write that teaching. It's a breath of fresh air for me, and I want to thank her for that. Thank you for being with us. And I don't want to take too much time. I know I usually do, and I get carried away with all this stuff. But again, thank you to the families, to our delegates, to the new recruits, management, Fabian, Kelly, for all the work you do in organizing these events. We couldn't do it without you, or we can't do it without you. And again, the drum group is gone. I was just talking to the drummer. He said he just finished doing his night shift. He was driving all night, and then he comes to our event to carry on his work as being part of our drum group. So we're very, very grateful for that, very thankful. And it's the commitment, dedication. So, thank you, Wachik, Chimigas, and Naskoman. Mr. Gino, get Wichabat the Simia. Kawi Savindago no, Kawi Kanoinamuno, go to Pimatis. Mr. Mr. and Hand getting a square minute in the hook, Mr. Gino, Kaistagi go. It was an Estagino, minute in the hook, Oski Hokupohizok, give it to Wichabat the Simakuik. Misot, doesn't any guy get off Tano. He should get time out to try to check away. Was a team in Osastano. Watching was me.
Thank you, Deputy Grand Chief. Our ceremony continues with each recruit coming to the front of the podium, where they will be presented with a badge and scrolls from the Nan Grand Chief's office. This badge is a symbol of their authority to act as a police officer in the province of Ontario. As the new member comes forward, their name and posting will be announced, and their badge will be presented by the Chief of Police. I'd like to call upon the Chief of Police, Terry Armstrong, for the presentation of the NAPS badges, assisted by Constable Miles Orquelu of the ceremonial unit. If you could approach the podium. The initial postings are for training, where the officers will spend 4 months being partnered up with a knowledgeable coach officer. Please step forward when you're called and salute to the Chief of Police when your name is called. Constable Braden Ballingall, badge 1779. Constable Ballingall was born and raised in Winnipeg, Manitoba, where he continues to reside. He is the son of Ian and Kim Ballingall and the grandson of Ivan, and Carol Keller. His parents are proudly in attendance today. Constable Ballingall studied plumbing at Red River College Polytechnic and worked in the trade before joining the Nishnawbe Aski Police Service. Constable Ballingall is stationed in the Northwest Region's Poplar Hill Detachment. Congratulations. Constable Samuel Flores, badge 1786. Constable Flores, originally from the Philippines, now calls Winnipeg, Manitoba home. He graduated from the Northwest Law Enforcement Academy and gained valuable experience working with Manitoba Justice Protective Services as a loss prevention officer. His hobbies include playing volleyball and basketball. His wife, Ludi Flores, is in attendance today. Constable Flores is stationed in the Northwest Region's Sandy Lake Detachment. Congratulations. Constable Akhil Sabu, badge 1782. Born in Kerala, India, Constable Sabu immigrated to Canada and now resides in Thunder Bay, Ontario. He graduated from Loyalist College with a diploma in police foundations. Before becoming an officer, he worked in loss prevention for Loblaws. In his spare time, he enjoys walking, hiking, camping, and road trips. In attendance today are his parents, Sabu and Anise, along with his friends Cindy and Vishwa Preet. Constable Sabu is stationed in the Central Region's Fort Hope Detachment. Congratulations. Constable Raymond Dickinson, badge 1785.
Chief.
Constable Dickinson was born in North York, Ontario, to Kelly and Ray Sr. He currently resides in Winnipeg, Manitoba, with his partner Kimberly and their 4 children, Archer, Jedediah, Keziah, and Finley. A graduate of the Northwest Law Enforcement Academy, he previously worked as a corrections officer with the Manitoba Justice System. His family is proudly in attendance today. Constable Dickinson is stationed in the Northwest Region's Mishkogoguming Detachment. Congratulations. Constable Tyler Hill, badge 1777.
Chief.
Constable Hill hails from Thunder Bay, Ontario. He is the son of Karen England and Ron Hill and studied Aboriginal Community Advocacy at Confederation College. Prior to policing, he worked as a bail case manager with the John Howard Society. He believes in the power of small interactions to make a lasting impact. His parents and sister, Ricky, are here to support him today. Constable Hill is stationed in the Central Region's Kingfisher Lake Detachment. Congratulations. Constable Martin Samu, badge 1780. Born in Ottawa, Ontario, Constable Samu now resides in Castleman, Ontario. He is the son of Alan and Jeanette Samu. He earned his Police Foundations diploma and worked as a bylaw officer before joining the Nishnawbe Aski Police. He believes in giving 100% effort leads to great accomplishments. Constable Samu is stationed in the Northeast Region's Fort Albany Detachment. Congratulations. Constable Caden Brown, badge 1784.
Chief.
Constable Brown was born and raised in Thunder Bay, Ontario, where he still resides. He is the son of Steve and Karina Brown, who are in attendance today. A graduate of Confederation College, he earned a diploma in social service and worked previously as a client counselor with St. Joseph Care Group. Constable Brown is stationed at the Central Region's Aeroland Detachment. Congratulations. Constable Tristan Houston, badge 1787. Originally from Edmonton, Alberta, Constable Houston now lives in Thunder Bay, Ontario, with his grandparents Jim and Linda Houston, who are in attendance today. He enjoys hockey, golf, and fishing. Before joining NAPS, he worked as an apprentice plumber with Villeneuve Mechanical. Eager to begin his new career, Constable Houston is stationed in the Central Region's Wunnaman Lake Detachment. Congratulations. Constable Pavitran, Nirmala Thitha Kumar, badge 1781.
Chief.
Constable Nirmala Thitha Kumar was born and raised in Montreal, Quebec. His parents, Mithila Thevi and Mutia, are here in attendance today. He enjoys staying active and playing basketball with friends. Before becoming an officer, he worked as a Class 1 driver across Southern Ontario and in the U.S. He looks forward to engaging community-based policing and making a positive impact. Constable Nirmala Thitha Kumar is stationed in the Northeast Region's Constance Lake Detachment. Congratulations. Constable Chandler Borger, badge 1789.
Chief.
Constable Borger was born in Fort Francis, Ontario, and is the son of Karen and Darren Borger. He attended the Northwest Law Enforcement Academy and now lives in Winnipeg, Manitoba. After graduating, he worked as a peace officer at the University of Manitoba. A true northerner, he enjoys fishing and spending time on Lake of the Woods. In attendance today are his parents and Uncle Frank and Aunt Donna. Constable Borger is stationed in the Northwest Region's Mishkogoguming Detachment. Congratulations. Constable Rittiman Consul, badge 1783. Constable Consul was born in the lower mainland of BC. He previously worked with the BC Corrections and enjoys boxing and fitness. In attendance today are Rajiv Consul, Bryn, Harjot, Avi, and Havinder. Constable Consul is stationed in the Northwest Region's Sachico Lake Detachment. Congratulations. Constable Jacob Innes, badge 1698. Hailing from Moose Factory, Ontario, Constable Innes is the son of Carla Innes and Mike McDonald, who are both in attendance today. He graduated from Sioux College with diplomas in Police Foundations in Protection, Security, and Investigation. He previously worked in the food industry and held a cadet position with NAPS. He enjoys sports and gaming with friends. Constable Innes is proud to serve his home community of Moose Factory in the Northeast region. Congratulations. Constable Bhaskar Jarial, badge 1778. Constable Jarial was born in Punjab, India, and now resides in Winnipeg, Manitoba. He studied at the Northwest Law Enforcement Academy and enjoys mixed martial arts, jiu-jitsu, and trying new foods. With him today are his mother, Rekha, sister, Kushi, and girlfriend, Danielle. As an APS officer, he looks forward to building lifelong relationships and friendships and making a positive impact. Constable Jarial is stationed in the Northwest Region's Cat Lake Detachment. Congratulations. Constable Daniel Tao, badge 1788. Constable Tao was born in Oshawa, Ontario, and now resides in Peterborough, Ontario. He is the son of Ron and Linda Tao and studied Customs Border Services at Fleming College, where he particularly enjoyed tariff classification. Before joining NAPS, he worked in customer service, heavy equipment operation, and road construction. He enjoys snowboarding, golfing, home renovations, and riding his motorcycle. His brother John, a key influence in his life, is in attendance today. Constable Tao will be stationed in the Northeast Region's Fort Albany Detachment. Congratulations. Constable Brady Jordan, badge 1776. Assisting with his badge today is his father, Jeffrey Jordan, the NAPS acting detective staff sergeant with their intelligence unit. Born and raised in Timmins, Ontario, Constable Jordan is the son of Jeffrey and Melanie Jordan and continues to reside in his hometown. He graduated from Northern College with a Police Foundations diploma. He enjoys collecting hockey cards and playing hockey, football, and basketball. Inspired by his father, Constable Jordan always aspired to be a police officer and is proud to join NAPS. Today he is joined by his parents and brother Noah. Constable Jordan is stationed in the Northeast Region's Wagoshig Detachment. Congratulations. Constable Wyatt Price, badge 1790.
Chief?
Constable Price was born in Guelph, Ontario, and currently resides in Kitchener, Ontario. He is the son of Lisa Hearn and John Price. He holds diplomas in fitness and health promotion and practical nursing from Conestoga College. Before policing, he worked as a registered practical nurse in a crisis and emergency department. His interests include fitness, mixed martial arts, and spending time outdoors. His girlfriend, Teresa, is here in support today. Constable Price is stationed in the Northeast Region's Attawapskat Detachment. Congratulations. Constable Roy Campbell, badge 1791. Constable Campbell was born in Toronto, Ontario, and lives in Mississauga. He is the son of Roy and Julie Campbell and a graduate of Southern New Hampshire University with a degree in criminal justice. He served as an armored cavalry in the Canadian Armed Forces and worked as a cargo agent with Air Canada. His airline role enabled him to travel extensively, which he enjoys, alongside gaming and research. He is joined today by his parents and brother. Constable Campbell is stationed in the Northeast Region's Saskatchewan Detachment. Congratulations. Please join me in congratulating the April 2025 class of 17 graduating constables to the Nishnawbe Aski Police Service. And we're speaking. We're going to do a song, and then we can right after you speak. Yeah. Please stand while the Matawa Drum Group sings an honor song to acknowledge the accomplishments of these fine officers, and if you're able to, please remove your hats. Thank you, Matawa Drum Group. You can be seated and put your hats back on, sorry. Not your head back on. I'd like to now call upon Chief Terry Armstrong, who's already standing here because I told him to stay here, to make an address to the new recruits. Chief? I will move everything out of the way here. Thank you.
Lache, bonjour. I'd like to start by acknowledging the sacred items in the room, including our Eagle staff, drum, any other sacred items that are in the room. I noticed their eagle feather. I don't know if we have a parogan in the room. I'm sure the drummers have theirs somewhere there. So I just want to acknowledge all the sacred items. Also, I'd like to acknowledge the singers. I have a formal speech, but I'll get to that in a minute. I usually never stay on course anyway when it comes to speeches. And I'd like to thank all our guests here, including families, but start with the Grand Chief for being here and supporting our police service. We feel that support from NAN, and it means a lot to our officers, and it certainly means a lot to us that are trying to make a difference in the way we police. Deputy Grand Chief Nishnawbe, the board members, and certainly our elder for today. It was her first time we've asked her to join us for the ceremony, and it was beautiful. It was so great. I thank you. I felt it, and I'm sure other people did as well. It's a great day, and as I'm getting to my formal speech, I just wanted to acknowledge why we're doing this, because they had a big graduation. The officers graduated with 400 and some other officers down in Elmer at the Ontario Police College a couple of weeks ago. I was there, and so that was the big parade, and that was the big hurrah, so to speak. This is our way of sending the officers up into the north, and it started as a small gathering for families and for the officers to get their badges and for us to send them away in a good way so that they would be protected and safe and know that the people here, that they're the elders with the prayers, the singers with their, and I caught that in the hall earlier because somebody called them drummers, and they said, we're not drummers, we're singers. So, but anyway, it was for us to send our officers into the communities, and as somebody mentioned earlier, that a lot of these people have never set foot in any of these communities. I have been setting foot in them for 40 some odd years. I started the same way they're starting, in a remote fly-in community back in 1984. I'll let you do the math on that. I know you're probably thinking I probably started when I was 11, but no, I was a little older. But no, and a lot has changed, and the Grand Chief and Deputy Grand Chief alleviated to the fact that a lot has changed. A lot's remained the same. We're still climbing some obstacles, but we've climbed a pretty big hill so far. And Nishnawbe Aski Police Service is, from the days that I started, and to see what we had then and see what there is today, it's just amazing. We're not done. We're far from there, but this is an amazing police force. It's a very family-oriented police service, and as these officers start, they're going to feel it. They're going to feel that, what I felt 40-some years ago, why I keep coming back like an old boomerang. I retired once or twice, and I got asked to come back, and I didn't even have to blink an eye. The Nishnawbe Aski Nation, the people, it was a no-brainer for me. It helps that my partner, I'm obviously a settler, but my partner of 40 years, we just actually celebrated our 40th anniversary, is from Nishnawbe Aski Nation. She's from Bearskin Lake, and she's been my guiding light for many, many years, and helped me to learn what I don't know. But there's still a lot I don't know. I often say when I pray, "Ponden the motion, gagegunde kandisen." Means I know really nothing. I'm still learning. And we're learning together as a police service how to grow. We're going to double in size. This class here is a part of that doubling in size. So, like I say, there's so much to learn. We've learned a lot, but there's so much more to go. So I thought I'd preamble the speech with that. Maybe I'll cut a little bit out of the speech when I get into the speech so that everybody doesn't fall asleep on us here. But and part of that was for the families, but also our delegates from Manitoba, just to know, a little bit of why we do this, even though they had a graduation, because it's our way. It's our safety net for our officers. So we're pleased that everybody has attended today for this long-standing police tradition, which is the badge ceremony. Today I had the honor of presenting 17 individuals who are the newest members of Nishnawbe Aski Police Service with their badges. This is a momentous honor that carries significance not only to our new members, but all the members at NAPS. Civilian, uniform, all of us here. This is an admirable profession, and for these young officers to want to join that profession is huge to all of us here at Nishnawbe Aski Police Service. The badge and warrant card are the first major step to acknowledgement that you're recognized as a member of the law enforcement community and family. You will carry the badge and warrant card, hopefully with pride, on and off duty for the remainder of your career. Then they'll give you a retirement badge. You can carry that one too if you want. I can't carry all of them because I retired 3 times, but this is a significant day for each of the graduates, but it's also an important day, as I said, to NAPS. Our newest brothers in policing, you're representing us on and off duty 24/7, 365 days a year, as long as you carry our badge and warrant card. We have selected the best candidates. We have invested in them because we're confident in their abilities and their dedication and commitment. We know that we have what it takes to make a positive difference for the communities that they will serve as members of Nishnawbe Aski Police Service. We as a service want to recognize and celebrate these officers' accomplishments thus far and welcome them into our organization, our family, and express our pride that they have chosen policing as a profession. As you went through police college, you learned a lot of different things, methodologies, and stuff that's going to work on the side of a highway and on the 401. Well, it's going to be a little different when you get out there. The reality is going to be a little bit different for you when you're policing. We don't have any 401 highways, but the policing is great. Take it from those that are sitting in this room in uniform. We have 2 OPP officers in the room here as well who have been seconded to us, and they love it. We have an OPP detective staff sergeant that just badged over to us from the Ontario Provincial Police, who is probably one of the best if not the best in the province in drug enforcement. So we were lucky to snag him, a detective staff sergeant, and his son got his badge today. But we're very, very, very fortunate to have Jeff Jordan join our ranks from the OPP just very recently. So, but that's the change we're seeing too at Nishnawbe Aski Police Service. It was always a door when we were hiring. There was always a door that opened one way and everybody would leave. We would train people and people would leave. Now that door's starting to swing the other way. We've just hired, like I say, outside, there's people from the OPP applying to us, people from the local police service here in Thunder Bay, and outside of that. That's something we've never ever seen, because we're starting to be recognized as a police service of choice. Even though all those hardships that we talk about that we have still overcome and all the difficulties of policing remoteness, there's a certain piece to that that you don't get anywhere else. There's a romantic side to that even that you don't get anywhere else. So it's, like I say, we're becoming one of those police services that people want to come to, and not just going out and joining somewhere else after we train them. Some of the best police officers in this province have been trained right here at NAPS. I think we've had I don't know, 600-700 officers trained. We don't have that many. So that's how many we've lost along the way that have gone elsewhere. But I don't consider them totally lost because they're still protecting this province. And I, for one, travel elsewhere in the province. So I know when I go to some of these other places that these officers end up, that they got training from NAPS, and hopefully got some training in humility, respect, bravery, honesty, love, truth, and wisdom, just as we wear on our patch every day. Those are not just words. That's a walk. That's a journey. The elder talked about a journey. That's a journey you're on now. So when you get out into the communities and you start working with the people, I want you to listen to what the elder said and what the Grand Chief has said, what the Deputy Grand Chief has said about looking after the people in the communities, and becoming part of those communities. And I'll tell you, it worked for me. And I know it'll work for you. Treat people with respect, humility, be honest, be true, and you'll feel the love. You will. As officers, these communities will embrace you. They will defend you if you treat them with respect and dignity. And you help, and you be kind, as has already been mentioned. So that was the part I went off, told, who knows I wasn't reading anymore. I do always have a speech, but I never follow it. And I'd just like to say to the families and to everybody that's here, thank you for supporting these young men. It's all men in this class. It normally isn't. It's usually broken up, but this time it seemed like it's all young men, but for supporting them and continue to support them. Because it's a tough job. It's a tough job, but it's also one of the most rewarding things you can do in your lifetime. So big round of applause. Congratulations. Welcome to NAPS.
Thank you, Chief.
I'm not finishing it.
Can you redo the speech? No. So I'm just asking the Chief to come back up to present a special presentation for the highest mark at the Police College, assisted by Constable Miles Arquello of the ceremonial unit. So this is the highest class mark at OPC, and it goes to Constable Wyatt Price with a 93% overall.
Just 2% less than what I got when I was here. It's okay. We never rehearsed that. Good job. Thank you, sir.
Congratulations. Thank you, Chief. Ladies and gentlemen, families of the recruits, please join me in welcoming the newest police officers of the Nishnawbe Aski Nishnawbe Aski Nation and the police service. The badge presentation witnessed today is in many ways symbolic, but it also serves as a powerful reminder to each member that they are stepping into a new and meaningful chapter in their careers. The badge stands for proof of their commitment and readiness. It also marks the beginning of a journey filled with purpose, responsibility, and service. As an organization, we take pride in recognizing exceptional performance and honoring those who go above and beyond their duties. Reaching this milestone has involved much more than just 4 months of training for the new recruits, and certainly even more for the long-serving members present today. Recognition is due to the dedicated staff and instructors at the Ontario Police College for the time and effort they have invested in preparing our newest officers. Appreciation is also extended to the board, chief, and deputy chief for their continued commitment in supporting, guiding, and developing the entire team of the Nishnawbe Aski Police Service. Every day on every shift, NAPS members are doing remarkable work in the field. To close this wonderful commencement, I would like to acknowledge the members of the Nishnawbe Aski Police Service for their continuous contributions to our new uniform staff and existing members. The in-service training unit, recruitment, finance department, payroll and benefits, director of finance, director of human resources, and the human resources team, logistics administrator, executive assistant, criminal intelligence, quartermaster clerk, human resources department, records management analyst, information technology, the office clerk, and the ceremonial unit. If I forgot anybody, all of Nishnawbe Aski Police Service. And all of the other officers and civilian members who play a large and important and essential role in the successful onboarding of all the new officers who are here today. Please stand if you're able while the Matawa Drum Group sings a traveling song, and you could keep your hats on. Thank you, Matawa Drum Group. Everybody, you may be seated. So this concludes today's badge ceremony. Thank you for everybody who attended. There is a lunch buffet outside that everybody is welcome to indulge in. There will be photographs on the first floor in 30 minutes. So you're more than welcome to enjoy eating. There's basically an adjoining or basically another room across the hallway that you can go and eat in. Once you're finished eating, you could go downstairs with family member who has graduated and take photos downstairs on the first floor. And that will be in 30 minutes from now. Have a safe and happy weekend, everybody. Thank you for attending, and thank you to our guests for traveling and attending with us as well, and enjoy the weekend. Merci.